Hey everybody, I'm on a wisdom here. Had to grab a peppermint. Trying to keep my voice. It's really late, probably after 3 a.m. now. It's not too late really for me, but I have to be up in a couple hours on the road, so that kind of makes things interesting. Just recorded round 4 results. Again, that one, my apologies, it was totally skewed because of me not having internet. Didn't get a lot of votes. And then I think there's an issue with Blogger taking votes away or something. But nonetheless, this is round 5 matchups. Hopefully, it will represent a new start in terms of the internet issues. Chaos is here. He's pretty happy because whenever a Skylander battles another Skylander, one of them has to lose, unless they have a tie, which we have sometimes. But also of note, somewhere out here is Chase McCain. Again, he's not incredibly hard to find or anything, given the fact I've had to rework the pool table. But eventually we'll get back to how things were. It'll be a little bit more difficult to find. That said, I'm going to try to breeze through this one. Kind of losing my voice, have to be up early. But what we have, our first matchup, a very interesting one, kind of two juggernauts, if you will, particularly in regards to this pole battle. The still popular Warnato, again one of my favorite characters, comes in 3-1. He is going up against Pop Fizz, who comes in, for better or worse, undefeated, 3-0-1. He had a tie with Camo a couple rounds ago. Again, these polls will be on the right-hand side of the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. Scroll down till you see the box with the Twitter feed. Right there, you'll see this one will be round 5-1. What I'm going to do for you this time, I'm going to actually include the record of the character, so you'll see like a 3-1 beside Warnato. It's mainly just for reference. It makes my life easier. The archive will actually be a lot better because of that. And cast your vote for basically who you like better. Take everything into account. You know, this isn't just battle mode. Or you could say something like Camo would just like breeze through the thing unfazed. Take everything into account. How good the character is. If you think they'd win in battle mode, which one you're better with in story mode, the aesthetics, the overall look, gameplay, how well you like their upgrade pass, soul gem, basically every facet you could think of for the Skylanders. Take those into consideration, and then cast your vote. Again, 3-1 Warnato, 3-0-1 Pop Fizz. This one should be interesting. Again, this time around, I don't tell you what I think of the matches. I just kind of try to, maintain neutrality. I think I know what people are going to do. I will say that that's not necessarily what I would do, but I'll leave it at that for now. Our next matchup, we have the Tech Element Neulander Sprocket, finding herself in the path of Earth Element's Castaway Dino-Rang. Dino-Rang comes in at 2-2. He was just absolutely crushed by Pop Fizz in the previous round. Sprocket at 1-3 suffered a similar fate at the hands of Sunburn. Or I guess the talons of Sunburn, we should say. This one, again, I'm not too excited about. Looking at the overall field in this round, I definitely know what I would do. Pretty sure I know what everyone else will do. That said, this one could be a little closer than some people think. But Dino-Rang versus Sprocket. Just looking at the field overall, real quick. Couple of them stand out to me. Our third matchup, I think Voodoo Jet-Vac will be pretty close. I actually think Boomer and Flashwing should be pretty tight. And the marquee matchup, again, I think is going to be featuring Hotdog yet again this time, going up against Ghost Roaster. But we'll kind of recap all that at the end. Our third matchup is going to feature the Fire Element Castaway Sunburn, who comes in at 2-2, going up against 2-1-1 Fright Rider. Again, earlier in the day, he had lost to Camo. Somehow it reverted, lost a vote. Someone pulled it. I don't know what happened, but wound up being tied with Camo. So in theory, he could possibly be 2-2 just like Sunburn. However, we'll just run with what we have, so he's 2-1-1. This one's going to be pretty interesting. they're kind of hard to match these two up. You know, it's not going to be projectile, brawler versus brawler. It's sort of like a, you know, jack of many trades for both of these characters. They've got a few things that they're good at. Kind of one of those things I wish, times like these, I wish battle mode was single player and I could, you know, play as Sunburn against Fright Rider and then play as Fright Rider against the CPU as Sunburn. Can't do that. Hopefully in Swap Force they will make battle mode be single player. But I think this one's going to be fairly interesting. Again, it doesn't have, you know, the hype of the, you know, Hotdog Ghost Roaster matchup, but I think it should be close. It'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. Our next matchup features 2-0-2 Camo, who is basically still undefeated in that regard. He, earlier in the day, would have been 3-0-1. Going up against the surprisingly winless, I guess you could say she's on a cold streak here, Chill at 0-4. Pretty sure I know what everyone's going to vote for, or who everyone's going to vote for in this matchup. Can't say I disagree. However, I do think if you take the time to use both of these characters, you might start to appreciate both of them a little bit more. That said, I don't think this one will be too terribly tight, but pretty intriguing nonetheless. Again, I'd love to record this if they had a single player option. Our next match, I think this one ought to be fairly tight. We've got the Magic Element Voodoo. Comes in at 2-2. He is our Castaway going up against Neulander Jet-Vac, who comes in again surprisingly winless at 0-4. I really see this one being pretty tight. I'm honestly not sure who's going to come out on top. Obviously, we know Voodoo can get some votes and pull out some wins. We've yet to see that with Jet-Vac. I don't know. This may be a matchup. Maybe Jet-Vac has his day. It'll just kind of depend what people, I guess, decide to do. But me personally, I know what I would do. And again, I'm not quite sure how this one's going to pan out, which basically means I think it's going to be tight. And that's what we like. That's when every vote matters. Again, that's why it's important you cast your vote. Spread the word, tell your friends, pull for your favorites. This next one, I could actually see it being a pretty good one as well. We've got the Tech Element Castaway Boomer, who is starting to heat up. I think he's won 2 in a row. He comes in at 2-2. He's going up against Flashwing, who again, surprisingly, comes in winless at 0-4. She did put up a very, very strong fight. That's the closest Ghost Roaster's been to being beat this entire time. I think this will be a pretty good matchup. We've kind of got like the old guard Boomer aficionados kind of always pulling for him. Flashwing, again, if you take the time, I said this with Boomer last time around, if you take the time to upgrade Flashwing, I think you're really going to like her. I know last year around this time, still in the summer, there were just a ton of people that were down on Boomer. I was always one of the ones that said, hey, if you upgrade the guy, he's pretty freaking awesome. And then I think as he became harder and harder to find, people took more of an interest in him and finally started to upgrade him instead of just saying, wow, he's horrible with his base stuff, which again, I disagree with that statement. But pretty similar in that light. Again, I think Flashwing might have been a little better box stock, but if you honestly take these Skylanders, upgrade them down either path, get their Soul Gem, max them out, both very, very impressive. And again, I think this one's actually going to be tight. I think Fright Rider, Sunburn, Jet-Vac, and Voodoo, and this one will all three be very, very tight, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. We'll either see Boomer come in and go above 500. It'll be an odd place for him to be, as much of an underdog as he's been all of his life, or we'll see Flashwing notch her first win. Our next matchup, this is definitely the marquee in this round 5. And for good reason. We have the Undead Element Castaway Ghost Roaster coming in against the, I guess, very lovable Fire Element Neulander Hotdog. If you recall, Ghost Roaster, he just barely survived the matchup with Fright Rider. Similarly, Hotdog, in rather convincing fashion, given the low vote turnout in round 4, took out the previously undefeated Wham-Shell, who has remained insanely popular. Right now, I'd have to say like Pop Fizz and Hotdog are the most popular, and then I'd say Wham-Shell. Not quite sure what everyone's logic is there, but I've done enough of these polls I can kind of track trends. And Wham-Shells remain popular. He's still hard to find, And then I've seen it with Pop Fizz and Hotdog. They just resonate very, very well with the fan base, it seems. That said it last time with Wham-Shell Hotdog. I will say it again. Both these guys undefeated, this time at 4-0. They are currently our only undefeated characters. Pop Fizz and Camo kind of share that distinction because of the ties. However, something's going to give there. But in terms of truly undefeated, no losses, no ties, we have these two juggernauts. 4-0 Ghost Roaster, 4-0 Hotdog. Gonna be interesting to see how people vote in this one. I think I know what people are gonna do. I would actually go the opposite direction. Again, I'm not going to try and sway you here with my personal opinion. That's why I'm not giving names or pronouns or anything. Kind of keeping it vague for you. But, again, I know who I would take in this matchup. I think I know what the majority will do. Doesn't match up with what I would personally see happening, but we're going to find out. Someone is going to lose the distinction of being undefeated here, and that makes it pretty intense. Our final matchup, this one really doesn't register on my radar too well, just because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what's going to happen. But Wham-Shell, Water Element Castaway, brace for the mace, comes in 3-1. Shroom comes in at 0-4, yet again another winless Neulander. I honestly think, I know tons of people like Wham-Shell. If you take the time to upgrade Shroom, I think you'll start to appreciate him a little bit more. In all honesty, this would actually be pretty good in battle mode. Again, I want you to factor everything into it. Which character you like better, how you feel they perform for you in story mode, aesthetics, etc. But I think, in all honesty, this one should be a lot closer than it's going to be. That said, I kind of envision this one being a little bit of a landslide. But nonetheless, while we have Shroom here in my hand, just uploaded his 2 videos. It took forever because the internet connection's slow. I'm not sure why. Hadn't really had the slow be an issue, or speed be an issue here since they ran the temporary line, but hopefully it was just like a freak deal. I don't know. I put the iPod on to charge. That seems to always screw stuff up. But nonetheless, that is our final matchup. Again, 0-4 Shroom, 3-1 Wham-Shell. That is it. That is our round 5 matchups. Couple of really good ones here. Again, I'm kind of interested in Warnato Pop Fizz. I don't think that'll be one of the tightest. Similarly, Camo Chill, I think I'm kind of interested in that one. As far as what I think is going to be really, really tight, Sunburn Fright Rider, I have no idea what to expect there. Jet-Vac and Voodoo, I can see that one going either way. Boomer and Flashwing, I could actually see going either way. I think I know what people are going to do in Ghost Roaster versus Hotdog. However, I could be wrong. And like I said, nonetheless, that's an epic showdown because they both come in undefeated at 4-0. So overall, we've got 3 to 5 matchups. Ought to be pretty good in this one. And again, I could be totally blowing smoke. They could all be pretty close. They could all be blowouts. Who knows? That's why it's important that you vote. Can't stress that enough. I mean, I don't make this for my own records. If I did, I would introduce the matches. I'd tell you who I'd pick in each one, and we'd be done with this. The whole point of this poll battle series is that you come in and cast your vote. And, pull for your favorites, tell your friends, try to get them to vote. See if you can't get your favorite Skylanders to pull off all the wins in one round. Most importantly, of course, say you're a huge Sprocket and Boomer fan from the Tech Element. Do everything you can to make sure that they win as many battles as they can, get as many votes as possible, and we'll take it from there. But like I said, I'm keeping running tallies on this. I'm going to start putting the records. For example, when you see Ghost Roaster and Hotdog, it'll be round 5, matchup 7. You'll see 5-7, and then beside both Ghost Roaster and Hotdog, in parentheses, I'll have their record, wins, loss, ties. For those two juggernauts, it's going to be 4-0. I think that'll help out. Definitely when we archive, it'll be just a convenience feature. Maybe you just stumbled across this video and you wonder how Flashwing could have possibly lost 4 matchups. All you have to do is go into the archive. You can scroll back, kind of take a look at everything, see what went down. But again, main thing, I want you to vote. I want you to decide this stuff. Spread the word, tell your friends, get as many people involved as possible. Again, the more votes we have, the more intense it'll be. You saw in round 4, again, I can't stress this enough, but we had, I think, 3 of them, I guess maybe 4, that were decided by 1 vote. 1 was a tie. Again, if you've got a tie, 1 vote makes a difference. If you've got an 11-10 and 11-9, we're talking about like 2-3 votes totally change the outcome of everything. So, can't stress enough, cast your vote. It makes it a lot more fun for everybody. Hopefully, again, from round 4, your favorites prevailed. And if not, do your best here in round 5 to see that happens. But like I said, the internet, the cable's buried. Everything had been going pretty well. It's just for whatever reason was really, really slow here tonight. Hopefully these upload fast because I need to go to bed. But I guess people in Australia might be the first to see these again. I don't really know. But regardless, wherever in the world you are, you can cast your vote. It's not region locked or anything. So take advantage of it. Have fun with it. That's why we're doing all this stuff. But again, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, the polls are all going to be on the blog. Right-hand side, just below the Twitter feed. Scroll down and cast your votes. Also running at this time will be the Giants and Newlanders upgrade paths. You can still vote in those. I'll keep them running until I have them all uploaded. Have gotten to record quite a few more of the Giant upgrade paths, so stay tuned for those. Again, like I said, tonight's uploads, both of Shroom Boom's paths. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And again, the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. Tons of information there. That's where all the polls are. Again, right hand side just below the Twitter feed. Cast your votes. Once again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here for round 5 results.